took my place, laid inside my tomb of sin. You were buried for 3 days, but then you walked right out again. And now death has no sting, and life has no end. For I thank you, Jesus, for the blood applied. Thank you, Jesus.
Miss Hudson, in about 10 seconds, if elected, what is the first thing you do as sheriff? Your number one goal in about 10 seconds.
The question was, why after consent decree director, on site for 4 years, violent attacks, is worse than the period, under the watch of prior elected sheriff? That was accused of no clue by Monitor. In other words, the consent decree director was even more terrible than prior elected sheriff. As we can see, from what he said about this post-class, it showed that he could hardly handle this hiring and training, while the no clue sheriff has been accomplished that every year without any effort at all. How? Because this task is so simple. The no clue sheriff never had to do it himself. His right-hand man would do it for more than 40 years. And one more thing, Maynard himself, or his right-hand man, is not a post-certified instructor. From these two indications, we can fairly conclude that it's gonna be a total disaster at the end. Let's watch what he said.
Compliance Director Gary Maynard also at the ceremony.
It's been a tough go for the past several months, just getting our staffing up, getting this training started, getting it going. After the 1st of July, we will really be in good shape, and we'll start working on each of those 172 compliance issues.
Clearly, the last several months, his hands are tied up, unable to deal with frontline officers struggling with 2 incidents of death. 10 hours of a few young detainee took over a pod, and daily uncontrollable disorder on each of 24 pod. On next video we will review each incident within the framework of direct supervision principles, and point out what steps he had no clue to do them, to prevent an early sign of trouble to become a violent attack, death, fire sprinkler broken, door glass shattered, and other tragedy dramas.